doing? It's been a while. Okay, so it is now February 2022. And people are still asking me about how to apply for Huayu Scholarship, MOFA Scholarship, and studying in Taiwan. So I feel like this video has been long overdue. So I'm gonna be answering the most commonly asked questions in my DMs from a lot of people about just Taiwan and studying there in general. Let's get into it. Okay, as a disclaimer, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section down below. You can also DM me on Instagram. I post that down in the description box as well. That is way faster. And yeah, but I would also recommend, because I will do this, I do get a lot of DMs till this day about all of this, so please watch my videos first. Please look at all the links in the description boxes of those videos before you come and ask me, because honestly at this point, if you ask me, I'm just gonna send those to you. It's very time consuming to answer the same question 50 times. No hard feelings. I'm here to answer all those questions. I hope this really helps you guys in pursuing studying there. And I want to keep in mind that I am not living in Taiwan anymore. I'm back home in the US. So please be mindful. I'm answering like basic stuff. A lot of people may ask me stuff about quarantining, all that other extra stuff. Now with COVID, I cannot answer that for you. I moved to Taiwan before COVID. So please, if you're having questions about that, please ask scholarship committee or whoever you're in connection with in terms of scholarships. I don't know anything about that. All right, let's get into it. All right, the first question I'm gonna go to, which I feel like a lot of people do ask me in general, is, do I need to know Chinese in order to apply for the scholarship? No, you do not, okay? As long as you have a sense of, oh, I'm interested, I would like to do this, they will accept you. Now, from what I've noticed, because I have friends personally that have applied, got the scholarship and gone, and I got to meet them. Some, unfortunately, I didn't get to meet because they already left. I've noticed that if you don't know any Chinese and you get the scholarship, they tend to give the shortest amount, which is 3 months. If you know Chinese, you got recommendation from like Chinese professors or teachers or whoever, they tend to give longer, what's it called? Scholarship periods. But honestly, it really does depend from country to country. I know some countries can only provide a certain length, so it just depends. You'll have to inquire on your local TOCFL's website about that. I get this one a lot. What should I write in my study plan? Okay, all right, so I would say in general, talk about why you want to go to Taiwan. What attracts you to going there? What do you want to gain out from going there? What do you want to do when you go? I would say, I'll recommend looking up common things people do in Taiwan. You talk about your experience. If you have any experience with like having Chinese friends or Taiwanese friends, even interacting with people in Chinese, if you've taken a class or whatever that's Taiwanese or Chinese related, you can mention that. Or if you just have like experience working with international students or any experience that relates, I think studying Chinese, you should talk about that. Now, if you're applying for MOFA, similar, talk about why you want to go, what you plan on doing when you go. They do not mention how long it needs to be, so I think I made my 500 words. No, I will not send mine to you if you ask me. I've had a few people ask me that. I'm not doing that, I'm sorry. But I think with this guideline I've given you, it should help you write a good study plan, because that's pretty much what I did, and I got it because of that. So I'm grateful. I hope that helps you. Okay, next question we have here is, which university should I attend? Girl, I don't know. Why are you asking me this? So I would say, I think I talked about this in my other video. You should go check that one out too. And this applies for people who are applying both for just studying Chinese or MOFA, but I will say it here again, okay? I would think about, do you want to live somewhere that's more super city or more like countryside? Do you want to live somewhere that's more warmer throughout the year? Do you want to live somewhere where there's more accessibility to things or events, more foreigners friendly, so that it's easier for you to assimilate? Like, you really gotta think about all these things, because that will make or break your experience in Taiwan. If you want to play it safe, I would just recommend studying at a university in Taipei. Now, as of which university, it depends which kind of experience you want. I talk about my experience at MTC, Mandarin Training Center at NTNU, on a different video. I'll put it here. Feel free to watch it when you're done watching this, if you haven't already. And honestly, from my experience, meeting a lot of people from different universities in that, universities that different people attended in Taipei, I think I've had more of the better experiences in terms of student immersion and activities we've done. I mean, with COVID now, I think it's a little different, but it's still, the presence of it is still there. So, yeah, feel free to check out that video. If you do not want to study there, I would also recommend an NCCU. I have a few friends that also studied there. They really enjoyed it. NTU, I would also recommend, but I've heard mixed things about their program. So yeah, I mean, just choose which one you feel like would be best for you. So this applies for people applying for a Huayu Scholarship. So the question is, do I need to apply for the language program as well as the scholarship? And the answer to that is actually yes. So on top of applying for the scholarship, you also need to apply for the language program that you want to attend. And so how that works is you just need to go to the university's website and find where the language program link is listed, not the university application. I think a lot of people mix that up. And then once you do that, you just go to the application. It's very simple. And from my experience, you hear back within a week. It's very fast. And then on a lot of the applications, they ask about your financial, I forget what it's called. It's like a financial sheet showing that you have proof to pay for it. If you're applying for the scholarship, I would just, I emailed them, and what they told me is that I can omit that, and instead I submitted like, I wrote out a letter on the document and put that in the upload option where it asks for that financial statement. That's what I'm thinking about, financial statement. Put it where the financial statement needs to go, and just say something like, hey, I'm applying for the Huayu Scholarship. I do not have my financial statement at this point, but if I am to receive the scholarship, I will send you that information. And so that's kind of what happened. When I got accepted to Huayu, I emailed the university I decided to go to, and I sent them the acceptance letter that Huayu sent me, and then that should be suffice. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So, okay. But yeah, I would recommend applying for a few language programs. They generally, it's a very easy application. They generally say yes. Honestly, these programs are for-profit programs, so they will, honestly, I don't see why they wouldn't say no. I think I applied to like 3 or 4, and I got into all 4 of them. I think I heard from MTC first, and I was already planning to go there anyway, because I heard that one's better compared to NTU, even though NTU is like #1 university, but language program-wise, I think NTU is overall better. Yeah, so. Okay, next question. Okay, this question I get a lot, and I have specifically said this in a different video. And I don't know if people have watched it, but yeah, I want to say it here again. Is tuition covered by scholarships? No, they're not. No, they are not. Okay, we have Huayu, MOFA, and I think there's another one, MOA. Okay, I think only one of those scholarships provide tuition. And honestly, I don't think I met anyone that had that one. So that one's not even common. So, but in terms of Huayu and MOFA, they do not provide, the tuition is not covered, okay? They give you what is called a stipend. Stipend is a monthly allowance that they give you month to month. And when you get that money, you can use it for whatever you want, okay? Okay, next question. How much does the Huayu Scholarship provide in a stipend? Okay, the stipend is 25,000 NTD per month. I don't think it's changed since then. I'm pretty sure it has not. You can use this money however you like. And yeah. Next question is, do I need to apply to the university I want to attend while applying for MOFA? Okay, so this is more for people from MOFA, scholarship recipients. So for MOFA, you just need to apply for that program, and then that's it. Because regardless of which university you're attending, you have to do the compulsory 1 year of Chinese. So you just apply for MOFA scholarship, and then when you go to Taiwan, before you complete your 1 year of language study, then you start applying for the university you're attending. So yeah, don't worry about applying for the university before you apply for MOFA. So yeah. How much is a semester of Chinese at a university in Taiwan? Okay. That question is worded weirdly. Okay, so how much it will cost? It's asking about the tuition cost for studying at a language center. So in terms of that, it really varies on the university you go to. From my research from the past, I don't know if it has gone up by now, but I've seen the cheapest has been like 24,000 to like 40, 50, even 60,000. That's NTU actually. But most of them will, like the standard course will range between 24 and 30,000. So in my case, when I applied, when I attended NTNU, I paid around 26,000 every semester. My next question is, I get this one a lot too, and I've answered this, but in a much longer video. I think a lot of people just are intimidated to watch because it's like an hour long, and it's also mixed with like my experience studying in China as well. But a lot of people ask me, can I live in the dorms provided by the university? And good question. It really depends. So if you're a Huayu recipient, the answer is no. Okay, for Huayu recipients, they're not considered university students, so they're not given any sort of priority. You'll have to rent from apartment in whichever city you decide to live in. Now, if you are if you're going to be a university student, you can live in the dorms, but it's first come, first serve. They have very limited space. And honestly, I think most students end up even like the local students in Taiwan, they end up renting because there's never, they miss the spots. And then I think once you become like a junior, you have to live off campus. So yeah, the long answer is no. There are no exceptions generally made. I don't know anyone who ever took Huayu that lived on the campus. If they did, it was a very rare circumstance. But yeah, to be honest, you wouldn't even want to live on the campus because they live in shit conditions, like 6 people to a room, bunk beds, very small space. Even worse than there's curfew. Like, what? Am I 15? Yeah, it's better to live on campus, honestly. A few people have asked me this, and this answer will really vary per se on you. Okay, number 10. What should I bring with me to Taiwan? Okay, that's a good question. So, I would say in general, like, just think about things you use every day and just assume that Taiwan doesn't have it. So, like, in my case, because I am a black woman and I use certain products in my hair, Taiwan 100% for sure doesn't have it. So, before I left, I brought all that stuff in with me in bulk. But luckily, I met some people who like have it exported and they sell it. Thank you, black girls in Taipei. Yeah, but I will post her here. But yeah, so there's a few people that sell that stuff. It's at a higher price, but it's a great option if you don't have that stuff available. But just think of yourself in general. Like, think of things that you feel like they wouldn't have. Like in my, for example, like I feel like people there don't really wear deodorant. I will say though, in the past 3 years I've lived there, I feel like I've seen more deodorant options available. So you can buy it there, but it's just like it's like two brands, and like most of it's liquid, and I cannot do that stuff for the life of me. So think about it. Like, if you like to cook, you want to bring spices. Also consider, like, if you're living there for only like 3-6 months, most places like you rent don't even have stoves or anything. So will you be cooking really? Eating out is so cheap and affordable, so and convenient. So why bother? Yeah, just think about things that you cannot live without, and bring it with you. Okay. Okay. Next question is, where can I find accommodation to live in Taiwan? Okay, the easiest place to find it is actually through Facebook. Unlike the US, I feel like we don't really use Facebook like that anymore. It is extinct, it's dead to us. But like in Taiwan, everyone uses Facebook for everything. Events, groups, all that stuff. So there's a bunch of groups on Facebook for like foreigners in Taiwan, foreigners in Tainan, all that stuff. And they also have groups for people who are looking to rent. I feel like that is the easiest place to find accommodation for foreigners. It is quick, simple. You can rent amongst other foreigners or locals, whatever the case may be, or on your own. And it can be affordable. I would say look early because the places go fast. I recommend, please, I recommend that you wait till you come to Taiwan, and then before you pay anybody any kind of money, because too many people scamming out here. So yeah, wait till you come, check out the place, and then pay up, okay? That's all I would recommend. But yeah, there's quite a few groups, as you can see. So yeah. Next question, which is a good question. I feel like I get often. Can I extend my study beyond my scholarship period? So, the answer is yes and no. Yes, because you can, but also no, because if you end up extending, you need to pay that on your own. You cannot reapply for the scholarship at any point in time. Once you already applied once, you cannot apply again. You also can't like request for more funds from them. It's just a part of their rules and regulations. So I have met a lot of people, they end up staying an extra semester or two and just end up paying out of their own pocket. So that's good to know. Keep that in mind, okay? So if you do receive the scholarship, a lot of people ask me, when will I receive the first stipend? Okay, you will receive the first stipend a month and a half after you start your studies. So say you started in the fall. Fall starts normally in the beginning of September. So you will not receive your first stipend till mid-October. So I would highly recommend you plan accordingly and save enough money. And in conjunction with that, because the scholarship is not funded or provide tuition, you need to have the tuition paid before you start school. So make sure you save the extra money in advance before you come, because if you come and you realize this, you're screwed. Okay, this has happened to people all the time every year, because they don't really, like, in my case at least, when I got the scholarship, they were just like, okay, congrats. We didn't like meet up or have anything formal event or anything like that. Everything was done over the phone and through the website, so, and by email. So there was no like, they didn't send us any like tips or anything like that really on this stuff. So yeah, please keep that in mind. Okay, next question. Can I work while studying? Answer is yes, but from what I understand, you need to get a work permit, and you're not allowed to get a work permit till 9 months after you study there. So if you're studying lesser time than that, then there's no way you can work legally. A lot of people do like tutoring and stuff on the side. So if you can find stuff like that, you can definitely do that. But if you want to work like at a store or something like that, it becomes much more complicated, and it's just not common. Once you go there, you'll realize it. And then my last question, which I thought I wrote it here, but I guess I didn't. Someone asked, do I need to take HSK or Taiwan's version of HSK in order to apply for the Huayu Scholarship or even MOFA? And the answer is no, you do not need to take it in order to apply. Just bring yourself and all the qualities you have and apply. Well, that is the end of this video. I hope this helped immensely, because I realized my blog post did not have some of this information. So I really do hope it helps. Please, if you have any other questions that are not answered in this video or any of the other formats, you can find more information on what I share. You can go ahead and DM me on Instagram, or you can comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, and have a nice day. See you.